About 60% of U.S. women use some form of birth control. Normally, it doesn't cause any serious problems, but some women who used a product called Essure say it's one of the worst decisions they've ever made.
How many of you get abdominal pain?
It's just a constant pain that just doesn't go away.
It's excruciating.
I felt like I had barbed wire inside of me.
I had the Essure coils put in, and immediately my body rejected the procedure. So this is how tiny the coils really are.
Becky Beasley chose to get Essure birth control last year.
My leg started to tremor, and I threw up a couple of times.
Afterward, she had so many medical problems, she had it removed.
So they did an x-ray, and there were still pieces of the coil in my uterus.
The only way to get them out was extreme, a hysterectomy, removing her reproductive organs.
It's sad. I try not to cry about it because this has been a really difficult situation for me.
These tiny inserts.
Essure is marketed as permanent birth control without surgery. Coils are placed inside the fallopian tubes, blocking conception. It's been around since 2002. According to the manufacturer, about 750,000 women have had it implanted. Investigators found 838 women and doctors have filed complaints with the Food and Drug Administration since 2004. There were 150 complaints where the coils broke or misfired, and even more where the device moved or punctured the fallopian tube. 80 women became pregnant, and 91 reported having hysterectomies to remove the device.
I'm never going to get fully 100% back to where I was.
Thousands of women like Becky are sharing their experiences on Facebook. This page is dedicated to issues with Essure. On it, you see woman after woman, many with the exact same symptoms, telling nightmare scenarios. Most of the comments and photos detail side effects from an allergy to nickel, which is a component of the coils. Originally, the manufacturer advised doctors to test women for that allergy, but the FDA allowed them to remove that step a few years ago. Women describe extreme bloating, skin rashes, and headaches. X-rays show that coils perforated the fallopian tubes, and you can see in photos broken coils after they were removed. Investigators found a dozen women who wanted to speak out about Essure. Some were too ill to attend our group interview. 7 made it.
I couldn't function. I couldn't be a mom to my kids. I couldn't work.
Tara Ament had a hysterectomy at the age of 30 to remove her coils. Crystal Arias was barely 26.
Because every time I would sit down, I would feel like something was poking my stomach, like I would feel horrible pain.
Her doctor found one of the coils partially migrated out of her fallopian tube. Amanda Holt had a similar experience.
One had migrated and embedded into my abdominal lining, and the other had perforated the right side fallopian tube.
4 had hysterectomies.
I've been sick for so long that if what I had to sacrifice was my uterus and my female organs to feel better, I didn't care. I just want to feel good.
This group has some significant backing. Famed activist Erin Brockovich.
These women didn't sign up to have hysterectomies.
We flew to Los Angeles to talk with Brockovich about Essure.
I don't know what else it takes for us to look at a group of women, thousands of them, that are having a problem that maybe something is wrong.
In 2008, the Supreme Court ruled you can't sue the manufacturer of an FDA-approved device. So Brockovich set up another way for them to tell their stories.
You have to look at the numbers of women in front of you all presenting with the same type of symptoms, from excess bleeding to hysterectomies to getting pregnant.
The FDA approved Essure after 2 years of clinical trials. Brockovich says they fast-tracked it through.
Do you think Essure should be on the market?
In my opinion, absolutely not. Women are being harmed. Somewhere we're not being informed appropriately or truthfully.
She blames the manufacturer for not completing the full study and the FDA for not enforcing it.
If you think there's a problem, get it off the market until you fix it.
To Becky, it's just a matter of time before more women are harmed.
I really feel like Essure is a ticking time bomb. You never know what's going to happen and when it's going to happen.
A company called Conceptus developed Essure. They conducted the original trials and asked the FDA to remove the nickel allergy testing requirement. Bayer Healthcare bought Conceptus last June. Bayer refused an interview, but in a statement, they wrote they take the safety of their products very seriously, and Bayer is developing the next generation Essure. But they wouldn't go into details. When asked about the removal of nickel allergy testing, Bayer noted the use of a nickel titanium alloy in Essure remains as a warning in the product label.
A very important story to weather now. Obviously, the weather just couldn't be better.